Hi, this is Dave from Hector's Smokehouse, and today I'm going to do a review on the Ooni 3 pizza oven. This oven is a pellet fired oven, so it's actually using wood fire to cook the pizzas. Very reasonably priced, so costing around about $300 US and 400 Australian dollars. I saw this a few weeks ago and I was intrigued to try it to see what it was actually like. Very simple, very easy, quite a small footprint, but very inexpensive. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you the unboxing, and then I'm going to go through the main features, show you how to light it, and give you an idea of what I actually think about the Ooni oven. So please enjoy the video, click subscribe if you enjoy the channel, and please click like if you enjoy the video. Thank you. So this is the assembled Ooni pellet grill and pizza oven, and you can see it's pretty small, all made of 304 stainless steel, so should be quite resistant outside. Very functional, very easy to use. So I'll take you through a lot of the key features. So at the back is where you actually load in the pellets. So use this, it's got a little hook on, you can slide out the pellet hopper. So the idea is you fill this full of pellets to start with. Once you've filled those, you can either start them with a fire starter, or at the side here there's a small hole. I use a map torch, put the map torch in there about 30 to 60 seconds, and that normally lights the pellets. Once the pellets get going, in here is where you're actually pouring your pellets and putting your pellets actually into the hopper, and this then goes on top of the hopper and sits on top of there. The pellets then drop down onto the fire. They create the flames that go through. There's obviously a chimney at the end, so the air is coming from the back, going across the pellets and going through the chimney, so you create a sheet of flames that actually sit above the pizza or whatever you're actually cooking in there. So you can see inside the hopper, it's got a little flap in there, so as you put in it, the pellets actually fill up on top of the lit pellets, and then all you do is put this back on the top to keep the pellets in. I found that you're typically having to fill that up every 2 pizzas or so. So at the side of this pellet hopper, you can actually see a hole. So what I use is a map torch, and I use the map torch, light it and aim it into that hole, and then I use that to actually start the pellets. As I say, 30 to 60 seconds is enough and the pellets take hold very quickly. So this is the front of the Ooni, and what you can see is there's a wooden handle on there, so that you can take the front door on and off. It gets incredibly hot, so please be careful when using this because all of the stainless steel gets hot. The wood is really good because obviously there's no heat transferred through there. So to take the door off, it's on a slight hinge. What you can see is there's a little lip there, and it fastens into a slot there, so all you're doing is dropping it onto there and then letting the door close. So this is the inside of the Ooni, and what you can see at the back is the where the pellets go, and they're set fire obviously, and what you can see is up on the top here there's a deflector plate that deflects the flames that are coming over the top of the pizza away, and then at the back you can see there's another deflector plate that stops the pizza from getting burnt, and all of that fastens onto the actual pizza stone. So here you can see the pizza stone. Pizza stone goes in and out, Obviously you can see a bit of the stuff on top of there, just needs a bit of a clean, but it's quite thick, so it gets very hot and it just slides all the way back in again, and then you can just get the door and put the door on to cover it over. Yeah, the Uni is very innovative. So here's the chimney, and inside the chimney you can actually see the cover on the top. If you lift it out, it's actually the scoop for scooping the pellets into the pellet pot. So you can just use that for putting the pellets in. Really easy to take the chimney off, and do the clip at the bottom. Then there's a little lug at the front with a hole in. You just slide that forward and that takes the chimney off. Slide it back into that little lug at the front, and then there's a spring clip at the back, and you just actually attach the spring clip back onto it and it's back in place. So around the back of the Uni you can see the pellet hopper and where the fire takes place, and obviously at the back what you can see, we've just got the scoop, and you can scoop the pellets and put them into the back. So you can pull the tray out, and in the tray you just put probably a couple of scoops of pellets in there. So I'm using Barbecues Delight Oak in here, so put 2 scoops in, and that's enough really for the pellets to catch fire and enough to start. Once it starts, then you can obviously start to fill it up even more and put the pellets into the pellet hopper. So just use the lid. It's got a little hook on the back that hooks onto the pot, and you can slide it back in very simply. And then just at the side there's a hole, and in that hole is normally where I put the map torch, and you can start it using the map torch by putting the flames into that hole. Okay, so I'm going to light the pellets now. So all I'm going to do is use a map torch, start the map torch and aim inside, and that's going to light the pellets. It'll take around about 30 to 60 seconds, but it'll light the pellets pretty quickly. Once the pellets are properly on fire, I then need to fill up the hopper more. So you can start to see the smoke coming out of the hopper, and it's also starting to come out of the chimney. So the pellets should be just about ready now. And that's all you need to really start it off. So I just thought I'd show you this. What I actually use is Barbecues Delight pellets, and I use them for a Yoda and pellet grill as well. And in this case I'm using oak, but you can use different types of flavourings if you want. In terms of the setting on fire, I use a map torch. So this is just like a plumber's map torch. It's got a very fine flame on there, and it's very easy to turn on, and within 30 to 60 seconds the pellets are alight. The pellets have now been lit for about 5 minutes, and you can see plenty of embers in there, and you can see the flames coming through the pellets. You can now actually start to fill the pellet pot up. So I'm using the scoop, and it's going to take maybe 2 scoops of the pellets to actually fill that up. So we'll fill that up sort of halfway to the top, and then obviously as they start to burn down it'll drop in height, and keep the fire going for a good 5 minutes or so. So this is a closer look at the pellets starting to smoke. So you can see the ones underneath have already caught, and the smoke's actually coming off the pellets. Inside the Uni now you can see the pellets at the back burning away, and they get hotter the more you put into there. The Uni's now been lit for about 10 minutes and really starting to get hot. So I've got an infrared temperature probe here, and inside you can see already at the back it's over 850 degrees F. It gets incredibly warm. I've had it up to over 900, but you can see there's a lot of heat actually on the stone, so you're going to get a lot of heat on the stone, but also the flames coming over the top are going to make sure that the top of your pizza is going to be cooked as well. So there you go, that's the Uni. In terms of a review, I think this thing's fantastic. Very inexpensive, so between $300 and 400 Australian dollars. Really well made. Temperatures are fantastic and easy to use. Got to make sure you move your pizzas around well so that you don't burn any of the areas, but 40-50 seconds each move and keeping the pizza moving stops them from actually catching and burning. But it's really well made. I'm going to use this a lot. It can also be used for cooking meats. The only downside is got to be really careful with the temperature. It gets really hot and you've got to make sure you don't burn yourself. But I would highly recommend buying one of the Unis. I'll be using it a lot over the coming months.
Yeah.